with the proper signatures or autographs from your actual cousin that you claim that wants these documents, right? We also did your cousin's copyrights, even to his name, so he can have his own copyrights to his name. And you have not sent that back. We also have, this is called power of attorney, revocation of power of attorney. See, it's blank because you haven't sent that back either. Power of attorney, the claim of right of having power of attorney over your estate. This took time to write. The declaration, okay, this took all time to write. Even the A1 truth for his tax exemption, which is associated with the AA triple deuce 141, AA triple deuce 142, and 143. You did not return this. All right. Now let's go to the trust and what you have me doing for the trust. All right. You have me doing all these things, but when it's time for you to make a move and say, let's do that so I can finish what I'm doing, you have not done that. And that's all. I'm going to show you all the way up from July, all the way to this very date right now in March. You claim that you're helping the people, but I put you on one job. All you and Kim had to do was take Mr. Evans and Mrs. Lambert's case, right, and handle it. What did you do? You left Miss Lambert at the court, right, after I gave you $1,000 for a deposit so you can go help Mrs. Lambert. Mr. Evans, I already talked to him. He said, no, you don't want her. No, you don't want them to do that. No. And it's not a negative. He feels like, you know what, I started his case. I should finish it. So I agree with him. But Miss Lambert, why did you leave Miss Lambert at the court to defend herself in a mortgage case where she could have lost her house? Where she could have lost her house. You guys abandoned her. She had to come to my office that day, the same day, and tell me about it. And because she's competent enough, lucky for her, she's competent enough. She's been in our class long enough to study this stuff. She actually saved her house from being taken away from her. No thanks to you. No thanks to Kim. The agreement was you will be paid if you do Miss Lambert's case and Mr. Evans' case. And that you'll be paid only $3,000. I don't know where you're getting 10 grand from, Kim. Right? Especially if you didn't do none of the cases. I don't know, is Miss Lambert even here? Because usually she's in the class. Right? Is Juliana here? Because she brought me a case saying that your services of MMU, that is your business, not my business. Okay? You came into me, told me about your business, and I said, you know what, that's a good business, and maybe you could probably help some of the nationals. So what do? You help some of the nationals and take their money, and not give them all of their money when they work, and mislead them on their paychecks. This is what you're doing. It makes sense because we had an office together and all of a sudden you moved out. Why did you move out? Oh, when I was talking to Morris about the office and why you're moving out, I didn't know. Okay, you're moving out like that? Okay. Morris, can you go look up how much is the rent? Morris goes to look up to find out that you left me $3,000 in a bill that I had to pay in order for me to keep my office, that you were actually supposed to pay half of. I gave you $1,300 to $1,400 for first and last, or for my part, so I can pay my side, and I have proof of that. I can pull up the bank statements. I'm gonna pull up the bank statements on you right now. That I gave you $1,000, $1,400, because that's how much the rent is, and then you abandon, and then act like nothing's happening. And you did that from February. We got the place in around October, November time, and then you disappear. You did some Houdini trick, and then you're gonna come talking about that I don't contact you when your desk was right across from mine. You had the most contact.